Hello, my name is Adam Williams. Thank you so much for listening to Retail Redeveloped. So today's podcast is all about facts and figures. There's going to be a lot of numbers, so try to stick with me. But it is some counterintelligence on the retail apocalypse. We think it should be called a retail, maybe upheaval, reckoning. We've heard a lot of different things. But we are going to be quoting heavily from a study done by IHL, which is an international retail study and information software company. This study has reviewed 1,660 retail chains with 50 or more locations in the United States across 9 different industry segments. So, you've likely heard the term retail apocalypse. That's the name being given to the current upheaval happening in the retail industry as consumers order more items online from everything from Walmart to Amazon and so on. Of course, many well-known vanguard retailers are closing stores, but a number of them are also opening them. In fact, more retail stores will open in 2019 than will close. You don't hear that stat very often. The negative narrative that has been out there about the death of retail is patently false, said Greg Buzek, founder and president of IHL Group. The so-called retail apocalypse makes for a great headline, but it's simply not true. There are more than 5 retail chains opening stores for every retailer that is closing stores in 2019, according to IHL Group, which is up from 3.7 in 2018. The company also reports that the number of chains adding stores in 2019 has increased by 56%. I told you there are going to be a lot of numbers, and we're not done yet, so hang in there. In 2019, the 20 announcing the most closures represent 75% of all store closures. So all the ones that you're reading that are folding up shop, like the latest one today was Forever 21. These are representing a huge chunk of all these closures that you keep hearing about. According to IHL, too much debt and rapid overexpansion driven by historically low interest rates for the last 10 years are the 2 main characteristics of chains closing the most stores. Lack of innovation and short-sighted private equity has also played a significant role. Retailers without these characteristics have continued to thrive, the report said, noting that when a retailer closes a lot of stores, it is more of an indictment on the individual retailer rather than an overall retail industry problem, as has often been reported. U.S. retail has increased $565 billion in sales since January of 27, fed not just by online sales growth, but net store sales growth, said Lee Holman, VP of Research for IHL. Clearly, there is significant pressure in apparel and department stores. However, in every single retail segment, there are more chains that are expanding their numbers of stores than closing stores. Since 2017, apparel and department store chains have seen the net closure of 9,651 stores. During the same period, all other segments represented 18,226 net new openings. For every chain closing stores, 5.2 chains are opening stores. Specifically, these ratios by segment include the following. Food, drug, convenience, and mass merchants are up 9.5 stores. Apparel, hard goods, department stores up 3.7. Restaurant, fast food, table service are up 6.3 chains opening stores versus closing them. 2018 was a peak year in the number of chains closing stores, with 37% reducing their store counts. This number has dropped to 12% of total retailers in 2019. For each retailer, the company measured the total store counts at the end of 16, 17, 18, and plans for 19 year-end based on company filings and statements. The net total increase or decrease in their store count was noted, and that data was tallied across companies. So what does this mean? I think it means we have to look a little bit past the kind of clickbait, attention-grabbing headlines that are very, very easy for average reporters to write about and dig a little bit deeper into the details. Not necessarily a retail apocalypse, but I'll be the first to admit that we are going through some major changes. Thank you for listening. Adam Williams, Retail Redeveloped. You can find me at Adam Williams CRE on all the social accounts. Check me out on LinkedIn. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes and Spotify to Retail Redeveloped. Thank you.